Long Island isn't very long. I mean, I can fit my hand around it. Oh wait, oops. Let me fix. Just a second. There we go. Let's try this again. Long Island isn't very long. Which English idiot decided that it was a good name? Oh, the Dutch colonized that and the island is somewhat comparable in width to it? This isn't even a challenge. I can think of so many things as long or longer than Long Island. I mean, an extra long ruler, an extra large Minecraft world, an extra long number, an extra large paper. I could go on and on. Here's a list of 50. Number 1. A ruler that's 119 miles long is longer than Long Island. Number 2. 1.91 times 10 to the negative 14th percent of the diameter of the Milky Way is longer than Long Island. Number 3. The perimeter of Long Island at a length of 1,600 miles is many times longer than Long Island. Number 4. Apple is the most valuable company in the world. Personally, eating them makes my throat itch, but most people probably don't have any problems. 19% of Apple's value, stacked up in dollar bills, is taller than the length of Long Island. Number 5. You would need only 1,919 coastal redwoods, the tallest trees in the world, lined up to create a line longer than Long Island. Number 6. Hey viewer, if you don't subscribe right now, I'll rip out your small intestine. In Minecraft, of course. I'd need a maximum 41,571 of you non-subscribing heretics to make an intestinal rope longer than Long Island. We'll package together 7 and 8. If I was on Voyager 1, it would take me just 11.2 seconds to travel a distance longer than Long Island. However, Voyager 2 is a bit slower, so it would take me 12.2 seconds instead. Number 9. The total track length of the Long Island Railroad system is longer than Long Island. Another win for public transport. Number 10. An A4 paper sheet is roughly 8.3 by 11.7 inches large. Every time you subtract 1A, the side length increases by a factor of root 2. You would need size A-35 paper to have a sheet longer than Long Island. 11 through 20. These islands are all longer than Long Island. In fact, there's a lot more, but this video would be boring if I just listed them all. While we're at it, in 21 through 25, I'll give you some countries that are longer than Long Island. Number 26. In 14-point monospace font, I'd need a number that's 38,538,553 digits long to have a view count longer than Long Island. Thanks for helping, by the way. Number 27. In the same vein as 26, I'd need the word count of only 50 Bibles to stretch a distance longer than Long Island. Number 28. New York State Route 27, a highway located entirely on Long Island and made primarily of the Sunrise and Montauk highways, is longer than Long Island. Number 29. Long Island's only 2.1% of the length of Russia, so if you took just 2.2% of Russia, it would be longer. 30 through 36. You would need 18.5% of a Toyota Prius's tank, 27.6% of a Honda Odyssey's tank, 15.7% of a Ford F-150's tank, 30.5% of an 18-wheeler's tank, 36.9% of a Tesla Cybertruck's battery, 3.8% of a Boeing 737's tank, or 1.6% of a Trident II nuclear warhead's fuel supply to travel a distance longer than Long Island. 37 through 38. A 35mm film reel is 1,000 feet long, and 624 of them would stretch longer than Long Island. However, you need a lot more 8mm film reels, 1,558 to be exact, to stretch a length longer than Long Island. Number 39. Joey Chestnut set the record for most number of hot dogs eaten at Coney Island's Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest in 2021, at 76 hot dogs eaten. He'd have to compete in 14,574 more contests that eat a total length longer than Long Island. Number 40. I'm kinda short IRL, so it'd take 115,121 of me, placed head to toe, to stretch across Long Island. Number 41. I could set a world border in Minecraft at 134,396 blocks, and the diagonal would be longer than Long Island. For 42 through 45, we're going to explore another criteria for length: travel time. It takes about 3 hours by car to travel from one end of Long Island to the other. Let's look at some things that take longer than 3 hours. 42. The Godfather Part 2 at 3 hours and 22 minutes is longer than Long Island's travel time. But to be fair, with all the ads these days, any movie is bound to be that long. 43. It takes longer to 100% Super Mario Odyssey than it takes to drive across Long Island. 44. You think Long Island traffic is bad? In 2022, the average American spent 51 hours stuck in traffic, long enough to travel Long Island 17 times. 45. If you're still a teenager and are watching this video, it would only take about 2/3 of your social media time per day to travel across Long Island, and you still have a third to spare. Just make sure you're not the one driving. We've got just 5 left. Are you excited? I am. It took way too long to think of and calculate all of these facts. So I'd appreciate it if you left a like or comment on this video as a bit of thanks if you enjoyed. Number 46. The Grand Canyon is pretty long at 277 miles. That makes it more than double the length of Long Island. Number 47. Land in Arizona is really cheap at only $4,200 an acre. If you bought land an acre wide, it would cost $12 million to purchase a strip of land longer than Long Island. I mean, maybe it's a good investment, but you'd probably get mostly desert. Number 48. There are estimated to be about 1 million buildings in NYC, with the average height at 26 feet. I need just 2.4% of all the buildings, or 24,000 of them, to form a sideways stack longer than Long Island. Probably could get away with fewer too if I chose the right ones. Number 49. The largest foot race in history was the Run for the Pasig River, held in the Philippines on October 10th, 2010. It featured 116,086 people, meaning that if each person traveled an average of 5.36 feet, they would have traveled a total distance longer than Long Island. And 50. Last but not least, if you, or I, or anyone took two little fingers and stretched them over this bit of the map, it would be longer than Long Island, at least on paper. There you go, guys. Next time some snobby dude from Brooklyn or Queens tries to tell you about how Long Island is the greatest place in the world, point them to this video. Maybe they'll find out that their island isn't great after all, but just a tiny particle in the sea of much longer things. See you all next time, whenever that is.